Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
Oh, hey, look, it's Pee Wee Herman.
You want to kill yourself.
Misa kill meself.
You suck.
Did you just use the Jedi mind trick? No, I did not.
Ultra Maximus back with another retro review for 31 horror toys in 31 days. And today we're going to rewind it all the way back to 1997 with a Burger King kids meal toy. It's Dracula. Now, back in 1997, Burger King at Halloween time put out a line of kind of Universal Monster toys. It's not kind of, it pretty much is the Universal Monsters. They had Dracula and the Werewolf and the Mummy and all the big fan favorites. And Dracula here, he actually initially came with a coffin and a cape. Now, I found this guy at my local flea market for like $1. So he didn't have any of that, and yeah, it's a shame, but he's definitely in pretty good shape and looks pretty darn cool. Now, he's about in the 3 3/4 inch scale, and there's limited articulation. I mean, this was a Burger King toy, but for even the late 90s, this is a pretty impressive toy to have gotten in a kid's meal. So articulation on this guy, his head moves back and forth. His arms move up and down, which is nice. His legs kick out that far. They kick all the way back, and that's really about it. I mean, he's pretty much got the same articulation that a Kenner Star Wars toy had back in the 80s. And, you know, for a kid's meal, that's pretty darn impressive. So, taking a closer look at the figure itself, I'm going to say, you know, for a kid's meal toy, this is really well sculpted. It looks like the classic Dracula with the widow's peak. He's got the fangs, he's got the eyes, the mouth is painted well. He's got his little medallion hanging on his tuxedo there. That all looks really cool. There's something about the skin on this character that's very vampire-y looking. It's very pale, and it's got a very deep look to it. So I don't know if it's the plastic, the color that was cast, or if it's actually paint, but it looks very, very impressive. It's very pale, and it looks like a vampire should. All that detail on there looks good, and even without his cape, he still looks very Dracula to me. So looking at the midsection of the figure, he's got his black suit on there. He's got his hands, and they're kind of curled up in that classic Bela Lugosi, you know, look, which is nice. The bottom of the shirt on the tux is there. Now this one's got a little paint damage on his hand, but that's okay. I could probably actually touch that up. But the sculpt work looks good. I like how he's got the creepy vampire hands when he's got them held outward. He definitely looks like old Bela from the original Dracula movies in the Universal pictures. And then, you know, we can see all the paint, you know, the black suit and the coat. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his cape anymore, but you know, it doesn't look that bad because in the film we see him without that cape in several scenes, so it works still without. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure here. I mean, it's just all black plastic because he's got his black trousers and his black shoes. Now, we do get the nice detail going along the side of the pants with the multiple lines in there, which is very nice, and the cuff around the shoe themselves. And he's even got some detail of the sole around the shoes, which is very nice. And again, something that you wouldn't see in a modern kids meal toy. It just shows you how much work they put into this toy line back in the late 90s. For comparison, so here we have Dracula with a 3 3/4 inch Captain Phasma from the Star Wars A Force Awakens line, and yeah, he's about the same size. And Phasma is kind of one of the taller characters in Star Wars, so I mean, you can see, you know, how big this figure was back in the 90s. Definitely an impressive toy to get, especially with all the other accessories he initially came with. So is the Burger King Kids Meal Universal Monsters Dracula something that you want in your horror collection? Well, if you collect the kid meal type toys, this might be something you're after. If you are a Universal Monsters completist, this is probably something you're going to want to look for. Otherwise, it could be a very easy pass. I personally always like a classic Universal Monster. I think that's a lot of fun. Dracula especially always looks good, the classic Dracula. I'm very impressed by the quality of this toy. It being from 1997, it's really on par with, you know, some of the retail 3 3/4 inch figures that we got, like Star Wars, you know, figures back in the day. And, you know, it holds up today. And it came with some really good accessories. It came with that coffin, it came with the cape. Unfortunately, I don't have that. It's been long gone. But the figure itself, still pretty good. I am impressed with it. So, yeah, there he is. The Burger King Kids Meal Universal Monsters Dracula for 31 horror toys in 31 days.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.